I find that the river just gives me that quiet time, quietens the noise in my brain. I actually find the river really healing, just the sound of the waves lapping and, the birds.
Shenane Hogg is a survivor. The Torres Strait and South Sea Islander woman has become a strong voice in her Perth community, but the story of how she got here is nothing short of extraordinary.
I've done a lot of work over the years to try and get myself mentally and spiritually and emotionally back to where I need to be. Because there was that point in my recovery where when I would get a trigger, even a smell, a sound, anything, it would paralyse me.
In 2017, Shenane woke from a 9-month induced coma. An attack from her then partner had left her fighting for life. The perpetrator was jailed for the assault, while Shenane was left with a traumatic brain injury.
I didn't even know if I was going to be back talking and walking properly, the way I had been.
It had been the last in a series of physical assaults, but Shenane says the first red flag was more subtle.
I was employed, he was on and off employed, and it started with me paying for stuff. And then it extended to lending, people in his family money and, him taking my key card off me. There was a lot of times when I wasn't even able to buy the basics of, just toiletries, food even. I felt stupid. I felt like an idiot, I had been able to secure myself a fantastic job, and yet at home I was just copying ridiculous behaviour.
Shenane says when she confronted him, the abuse would escalate.
Eventually it would turn physical, I would end up with a black eye. And so in the end, I was like a meek, mild mouse, not saying anything, but really I was raging inside.
It wasn't until after she woke from her coma that she realised the full extent of the financial abuse.
He'd encouraged me to apply for 3 different credit cards. He'd actually clocked up quite a large amount on those credit cards. I found out that I was about $56,000 in debt. Thanks so much for coming today.
Shenane is now debt-free and works to raise awareness about brain injuries and domestic violence. But she says it took around 8 years and plenty of help to get here.
I was literally being left with about $48 a fortnight for about 2 years. If I didn't have that financial abuse and I didn't have that debt, I would have been able to kickstart my life again a lot easier.
Financial abuse is something that can touch anyone.
Shenane shared her story with local MP Anita Mascarenhas, a former engineer elected as the federal member for Swan 2 years ago.
As we got to know each other, I found out why she moved to WA, and she shared her incredibly powerful story.
Caseloads here are very high.
Yeah.
It's double. We would definitely be able to employ another financial counsellor, but we still wouldn't meet the needs.
The Labor MP proposed a federal parliamentary inquiry into financial abuse, which will begin hearings in July.
I want to make sure that everybody understands what financial abuse is. I want them to understand what the traits are so they can identify it.
This inquiry is really exciting because it gives us an opportunity to review some of the regulations and the laws and products that were created and designed before there was much awareness of domestic violence.
Rebecca Glenn is the head of the Centre for Women's Economic Safety. She says financial abuse is under-recognised, despite affecting around 1 in 6 women, according to a government survey.
So that can look like restricting access to bank accounts or money. It could be exploitation, so putting debts in someone's name. Or it might be that they sabotage their ability to even earn an income.
A key aspect of the inquiry will look at how banks identify and prevent financial abuse. For Shenane Hogg, dealing with various banks only compounded her trauma.
It was really hard to just try and get them to understand, I agree it's my debt, because it's in my name, but I've had a brain injury and I'm trying to get myself back together and I'm trying to work something out with you. So I would get, look, you need to pay it and you need to pay it now.
Inside each of our banks, they have specialist teams who work with all customers who might be experiencing financial problems, and those teams are given specific training in recognising abusive situations.
Anna Bligh heads up the peak body for Australian banks and says the industry has developed guidelines on how to deal with financial abuse.
Banks can do so much, but ultimately, they're not social workers or psychologists, but they take the opportunity to refer people to services when they can.
One issue the industry is tackling is abuse in online payments, where customers make multiple transfers, often only 1 or 2 cents, and send threatening messages in the description. Australian banks reported intercepting more than 500,000 abusive transactions over a 2-year period. 90% of customers stopped the abuse after a warning letter from their bank.
Banks are in a unique position to identify financial abuse and to support women and others who are experiencing it. So that responsibility is taken very seriously. There's always more work that can be done.
As the inquiry gets underway, Shenane Hogg hopes it will encourage more women to speak out and create new supports that were not available to her.
I just know that blackfellas are resilient, we don't matter what you do to us, we get back up and we keep going. I think I have been able to draw from my ancestors and been able to take that and just keep on pushing forward, keep moving forward.